Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Kabir Considers. In this video, we're going to react to a Karen realizes she's going to jail for murder. This is going to be a very, very interesting one. Like, I love this kind of stuff, I just find it so interesting just to, to see the realization on their face when they fully understand and digest that they are going to jail for a long time, that they've not gotten away with their crimes. And I wonder what's going to make them Karens here. Like, is it that they've misbehaved in some way that's caused the police to be called? And then maybe there's a search warrant on the individual, and then the police realize that, this is the person, then they arrest them. Yeah, a lot of questions that I want answered.
Karens usually think they're immune to consequences, but what happens when these same entitled Karens get arrested? These are three of the most shocking and satisfying examples of when evil Karens realize they've been arrested. Starting with Sarah Boon, who was accused of killing her husband Jorge by locking him in a suitcase and leaving him to die. Sarah was quickly brought in for interrogation to determine if she was really as evil as they think.
So he had some injuries to his left shoulder. He had a cut near his lip. We could see his mouth was a little
I haven't laid
swollen.
a hand on him.
Okay. What about the scratches? Because there's also sex.
Yes.
Okay. Because there's also like a scratch on the back of his neck, kind of but it's going straight across.
I have no idea what that's from. In all honesty, we have not gotten into it.
Okay.
That's why, the only thing I thought you guys were going to ask me about, which I was going to be honest with you anyway, are the scratch marks on his back.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else, I have no idea what it is.
Yesterday.
I love these interrogation videos when, initially the person's like, oh, I don't know anything, I didn't do anything, blah, blah, blah. And over time, the interrogator, the detective, just drip feeds new information, that the suspect probably didn't think they knew. It's beautiful.
Okay, when we took photographs of your overall body
and seeing them panic.
And they did the buccal swabs, did they go under your fingernails?
No.
Okay. Are you willing to let us
Absolutely
swab underneath your fingernails?
go for it.
Okay.
It seems like an odd request to ask if they can swab underneath Sarah's fingernails, but it could
They're looking for blood, aren't they?
actually go a long way in determining how Jorge got these injuries. Since the injuries were fresh, it's a strong possibility that forensics could find dried blood or skin cells underneath Sarah's fingernails, which would put her dead to rights. But unfortunately for Sarah, they have some other evidence that took a lot less effort to find.
Do I have to watch this? I continuously throw up. I don't sleep. I don't want to see it, if that's okay.
Well, it's on your phone, and you can either explain it.
Yeah, if you hate the video so much, why is it on your phone? Why wouldn't you have deleted it long before now?
Or we take it for what it is.
Yeah, we're just trying to give you the opportunity to tell us what's going on. That's it.
For everything you've done to me.
Wow.
Fuck you.
So he's in the suitcase right now. Oh
Fuck
my
you.
god.
That's you. It's your voice.
Stupid.
Oh my god. She's
My name.
evil.
Don't wear it up.
She's evil.
I don't want to watch it, please.
The video showed Jorge in the suitcase begging to be let out while Sarah taunted him from the outside. The police couldn't have asked for a better piece of evidence, especially as it came directly from Sarah's own phone.
How did she get him into the suitcase? Did she drug him or something and put him in there? I'm just trying to think, how would you get me into a suitcase? She must have drugged him, right? Absolutely awful.
So this is upside down. So in order for him to have gotten into it,
It was flipped up.
right, it was flipped up normal.
Yes.
As if you're packing something. So this is upside down.
Guys, this is killing me right now.
Sarah is
who
obviously trying to
cares?
maintain her innocence by telling the detectives that the video is distressing to
This is killing me right now. Why did you do it then?
her. But does that really sound like a woman who's being shown a video of her husband dying? While everybody will have a different reaction to trauma, it's difficult to imagine her reaction is a single deadpan sentence that sounds like it was delivered only to show some amount of concern to the cops.
I don't mean to sound negative, and I don't know if I can say this, but it's like you guys are kind of trying to feed me. Like,
No, I'm just trying to show you a video that you no longer want to watch because you probably don't want to know the outcome of how and what you said.
well, I know what.
You know what's on that video now?
No.
You remember?
How would you even get? You can't get out, can you? Unless you can somehow pry a little hole, like where the two zippers meet, and just try and make a hole, and then you can open it like that. Like, unless you've got a sharp, like a knife, there's no way out of that. Oh, what a way to go. Terrible.
Remember making that video?
Oh,
Why don't you remember making the video?
probably because we had been drinking.
But you weren't drunk.
No.
Sarah is desperately trying to explain this video away, but in doing so, essentially admits that it is her recording and that she left him alone in the suitcase afterwards. Given that Jorge died from her neglect, this at least constitutes a manslaughter charge. But she's really not doing the best job of convincing the detectives that this was an accident.
What do you think is going to happen if you leave somebody in a confined space like that?
Well, I thought by not zipping it up all the way, it would be okay. My plan was not to leave him in the
And what was
suitcase,
your plan?
waiting for him to come upstairs.
And then
How
you
would he
did it?
come upstairs?
I fell asleep.
You said you were up there 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, somebody not coming up.
Knowing that the last time you saw him was in the suitcase, 30 minutes later, you're like, maybe I should go check on him. Maybe I shouldn't.
No.
Well, that didn't cross your mind. Because
I love the positioning, they've got her cornered, like literally and figuratively. Like, imagine just seeing there's no way out. Just confess, Sarah.
That's like an assumption. Like, that's what you all are thinking. Just,
We're asking.
it's the drinking.
Sarah spends almost 2 hours in total desperately trying to manipulate the detectives and explain away the damning evidence the detectives have shown her. But ultimately, the detectives remain completely unfazed, and they decide that they've heard enough.
do you promise and swear that everything we talked about today has been true and accurate to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, but it was not intentional.
Okay. Okay.
All right, do me a favor, stand up,
Why is this happening?
because George is dead.
Not intentionally.
We understand that.
She doesn't care at all about George. There was no, oh my God, he's dead. Nothing like that. What a heartless,
Dead.
evil
We
woman.
don't
Someone
really
needs to
understand
call Brian, please.
that. Okay.
Or can I not make a phone call?
You'll be able to make a phone call when we get you down to the jail.
So why is this happening? So this was a trick.
No, it's not
No,
a trick.
not
How
a
was the
trick.
trick? Your response to everything was basically, I didn't do it.
Intentionally.
Doesn't matter. You still
Man,
have-
throw her in jail.
Sarah was charged with second-degree murder and is facing life in prison. As of this video's upload, the trial is still ongoing. But that's nothing compared to what the cops had to do with
Yeah, I've
Shawn
seen this
Malarkey,
one.
a
This
45-year-old
one's
woman who was
crazy.
arrested for domestic violence after she allegedly hit her ex-husband with a car. However, when the cop approaches to take her into custody, things go south immediately.
Ma'am, step out.
Excuse me.
Step out.
No, excuse me.
Step out.
Sure, hands off of me.
Step out of the car right now.
No.
You're under arrest.
Just
No,
comply.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Just get out of the car. Just get out of the car.
No, I am not.
Yes, you are.
Malarkey's behavior is erratic and her tone's aggressive from the off. Her children are in the backseat of the car, but this doesn't seem to affect how she
Her
handles the
kids are in the
encounter,
car.
and things only get worse.
I will tase you if you don't get out of the car.
You better take your hands off of me right now.
I told you you're under arrest. Get out of the car.
Why?
Because you have a warrant.
I just sent a message and I am... Excuse me.
Get out of the car right now.
No. Did somebody say that you could come into our house?
Asking the cops who gave them permission to enter the property is a common tactic in situations like this one. But for the suspects, the reality is that the police are well within their rights to enter property uninvited so long as they have a warrant. With a second officer's assistance, Malarkey is removed from her car and cuffed. However, this is where things get even worse.
You did this.
No, I didn't do anything.
Andy asked you to come out.
Excuse me?
Andy asked you to get out of the car.
No, Andy yanked me.
I yanked you because I told you you're under arrest and you refused to exit your vehicle.
Are you going to stand up and be cooperative?
Are you going to understand that my attorney has filed a motion to quash this?
How is she to quash the arrest that's happening right now? How on earth is
We're going out here.
or
This way.
something else?
Quash this.
You hit us, you do anything stupid towards us, we're any charges on. If you hit us, or anything, let's go.
You've already hit me.
I didn't hit you. I asked you out of the car. I told you you're under arrest. Now you got a whole show for your neighbors here.
How
Even restrained,
embarrassing.
Malarkey's attitude does not change at all. The cop then smells alcohol on her breath, which may explain some of the bizarre behavior.
Yeah.
You are a shitty f***ing human being. You throw somebody down in front of their children? What the f*** is wrong with you?
Sit down. I told you.
No. You piece of shit. You know what? You are the
She's so full of rage, so full of anger. Like, what is her deal? What's her problem?
piece of dirt that I wouldn't piss on if you were on fire.
I smell an odor of alcohol on your breath.
No, that's my
That's your.
I'm pissing on you.
Okay.
She defies the officer's orders and tries to leave the vehicle, then makes a point to single out the cop who initiated the arrest.
Phone on.
Get your f***ing hands off me.
We see situations like this often, where a suspect will target one member of law enforcement and use them as a scapegoat. This is typically followed by legal threats, so they're likely targeting the officer they feel they could best build the strongest case against. However, this wouldn't work all too well.
Get your f***ing hands off me.
Cool out.
Whoa! She tries to bite him. I mean, that's assault, no? That's assault, right?
Keep resisting.
Get your
Charge you with that. If
You know what? I'm gonna charge you with putting your f***ing dirty ass hands on me.
stop moving, let him take off your watch.
Malarkey then goes on to make violent threats to the officers. Pay attention to how quickly she tries to change the conversation after her most extreme threat.
You know do you know what he's done? If you stop
kicking us.
I'm gonna kick you right in the f***ing
That's mean. Don't do that.
motherfucker.
This woman is batshit crazy.
What's that?
You are getting sued.
No, what'd you say before that?
Yeah, she chickened out. She said you're dead, but then she realized, oop, I might get in real trouble for that one. She changed it.
You said I am dead? What do you mean by that?
You are
Elaborate on it if you mean it.
you're getting sued.
She continues making the cops' lives difficult by pretending to have trouble getting out of the car, though it's clear from her movements that she's not actually trying. She blames the tape on her ankles and says it's the cop's fault she tried to kick him.
Put your feet. No. Put your feet down there.
It hurts too much. You could just take it off.
Okay, no. We're not.
What am I?
Like, did he survive the ex-husband? Like,
200 pounds. You think I'm gonna take a 200-pound dude?
Well, you've already kicked at us a lot of times.
and are those kids safe? Because the kids were in the car when they arrested her. Like, who has custody of the kids now?
You're not gonna win.
Why?
You're gonna hurt us.
Why? Because that guy right there.
The one you tried to bite? Okay, Shawn, let's go.
Why? Could you ask yourself a question?
Shawn, put your legs
Why?
She was charged with aggravated assault of an
Wow,
officer
look at
and
that.
aggravated DUI. This was her third DUI with
With a
child passenger.
So she drinks and drives on the regular with her kids in the car. She doesn't care about those kids.
Soon after this arrest, she was also charged with endangering the life or health of a child and violation of a bail bond and received a misdemeanor charge for resisting or obstructing an officer. The suspect in our next case was not so lucky.
She
This
needs time in
suspect's
prison.
public outburst takes place on a plane ready for takeoff. Prior to the footage, she's been asked to leave multiple times due to her refusal to wear a mask during the pandemic.
Hello.
We're gonna take you off the aircraft.
Yep, you're gonna have to get off the aircraft,
Yeah,
okay?
and you're out there,
Yep.
and I compliment you in that way.
She's a representative
She's drunk. She is absolutely hammered. I didn't hear a word she said.
aircraft. They don't want you flying on their plane today, okay? So you're gonna have to get off
After
the
they made
aircraft.
us wait and wait and wait.
Yeah, that's the way it is. But right now, I'm gonna
And
need you.
that's fine, and I will respect that.
Okay, so I'm gonna need you to grab your bag and just
And I
step
did
off
not
the
do
aircraft.
anything, actually. Disrespect.
We'll talk about it outside.
Disruptive, besides speak my mind.
Okay.
And you know what? I live in America, and that's what fucking America's about.
calm down.
No, you know
Listen
that.
to me. Grab
no,
your bag.
you know that.
When she's asked to grab her bag and leave, she says something truly weird. The suspect has a lot of strange mannerisms and seems to have very severe mood swings.
Yeah, I think there's something going on upstairs with her. Something going on upstairs.
Attention to how her expression suddenly changes and how she seems to rapidly experience a wide range of emotions throughout the encounter.
No one's gonna put their hands on you. unless
All
you
right,
ask.
you
Grab your
won't.
bag and just step off
You
the
won't.
Okay, but I need you to get up.
No.
okay?
You need me to get up? You may need me to get up, but you know what I feel my need to do as a person? Just like Jesus motherfucking Christ.
You need to call.
No.
Drag her off that plane. Why are you humoring her? Why are you standing there listening to her babble? Just get her off the plane. Give her the Uncle Phil jazz treatment where he just threw him out of the house.
No, I'm gonna do what I need to do. I'm gonna say what I need to do, and if you're gonna do whatever you feel you need to do to me, right? So I'm gonna say what I am meant to say. No, to everybody.
Stand up, man.
Everybody is doing this.
You're gonna get arrested if you do not stop.
I'm already gonna get arrested.
The police warn the suspects that if she doesn't cooperate, they'll have to put their hands on her. Her response is dramatic. She also latches onto a supposed promise one of the officers made, that she wouldn't be arrested if she gets off the plane.
Here's what's happening. They're gonna deplane the aircraft. I'm gonna take you off the
That
plane.
was already happening. Don't.
And you're going to jail.
It won't happen if you get up and walk out with me right now.
Yeah.
But if you're not going to,
Trust
Yeah.
that.
That's how it's gonna work.
Do you see how that's a threatening system?
That's the way it is, man.
Not cool.
Are you
I
gonna-
want to trust you. You want to trust me? That's not healing. We're not healing.
I'm sorry. Healing? What's she talking about?
Suspect is led from the plane and placed under arrest. Her reaction is childlike. She cries in an unconvincing way and seems to feel that the experience has violated her human rights. Listen to her describe her actions. The way she seems to think she acted is far from the truth, but it's hard to say whether she's deliberately lying or there's something more to it.
Okay. Come with me.
I wasn't doing it.
Come with me.
Why are you doing that? See, you lied right there, man.
The suspect continuously switches between claims of being victimized and anger towards the cops.
Her family or her loved ones need to do like an intervention with her, because I think that there's clearly something going on upstairs. Maybe she's substance abusing. They need to do something, because the way she has behaved has been really, really weird. Like almost like a child, but very erratic as well.
Seems to feel that she's been personally wronged and that one of the cops lied to her to get her to comply. She accuses this cop of not wearing a mask himself.
How is anyone gonna stop anything when you lie to them?
You have your chance, ma'am.
I had my chance. You didn't even give me a chance. I looked at you in your eyes and I knew you were lying to me. I saw you outside before I even came in with your mask off.
Once again, we see a case where the person being arrested decides to single out a particular officer to blame for everything. The suspect refuses to cooperate with a particular cop but says they're willing to comply with other members of law enforcement.
All right. Ready to step out? Are you going to comply with everybody?
With you two, yes. Not with you, because you're a liar.
Okay.
Towards the end of the arrest, she repeatedly says things that seem to come out of nowhere, including the suggestion that a nurse there to check on her is attracted to the officer she has an issue with.
Here, let me get your temperature at least.
Oh, you think he's cute? Oh, yeah, I thought he was cute, too. I looked in his eyeballs, and I thought he looked into my eyeballs.
What is going on?
Abuse that.
Her unpredictable mood and irrational reactions continue right up until the video ends, with her saying that the fact that she can't relax is the fault of law enforcement. Seems likely that there are some psychiatric issues at play here, though. Without a professional opinion, it's hard to say for sure.
Man, all of them, all three stories were, very, very interesting in their own way. The first woman, she was just a stone cold, heartless killer. Like, her husband, she locked him in a suitcase and just left him and taunted him as he was running out of air and dying. Unbelievable. How could you do that to someone that you love? How could you do that to anybody? The last lady, she clearly had some major psychological issues. She really needs to see somebody. Hopefully she gets the help she needs. If she has friends and family, they really should stage some kind of intervention for her, because it was all over the place. It was all over the place. The second lady, I don't know what's going on there. They need to take, those kids are not safe with her. They're really not. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.